batter-up athletic gear locker. The ship's athletic equipment was stored here. Wildest stuff, the ship had her own softball, baseball, basketball, and boxing team. So they'd keep all their gear in there. Baseball bats and stuff.
Very
So we have come down to the original hydroelectric steerer wiring diagram. Okay, well it says toward that way. So this is where steering. So look, they'd be going. Yep. Watch your knees. These are what would turn the ship. When the siren sounds after steering station, take control. That's what it says. Okay, go. Scurvy is something you get if you do not get enough vitamin C. Vegetables, fruit, oranges. Oh wait, ice cream machine.
Ice cream machine.
I didn't get the picture of the sign. The ice cream was made and stored here, and they cooks also used ice cream for their dishes. Okay, I'm coming. Look at that big pot, Isabella. North Carolina carried a 30-day supply of fresh food. A mechanical cow made milk when fresh milk ran out. Interesting. I don't know, I got a picture. I have a picture of the sign. I don't know. So here's more of where they wash the dishes. And this is the mess is pretty big. Right? Wishing well. Okay, hold on. I have a picture. I have a video of it. I think I have a penny. Big show. So this is loading trunks. Heavy objects, including 16-inch projectiles, were lowered down this trunk to appropriate levels below. But now you throw money down there so that they, I mean, wow, shiny.
Yeah, shiny. I don't want to look down once more.
But I'm sure they send someone down there every once in a while to collect that money to keep the ship going. Ooh, commissary issue. Feeding the Navy. Detailed record keeping kept track of all the food, supplies, and their costs and what was provided to each mess. Commissary issue. Ship cooks issued canned and dried provisions from here daily to the various mess galleys. Look at them cans. Sweet potatoes, apricots, tomatoes. Corned beef hash, yum. No. Beans, look at those big bags of beans. Coconut. Coconut? Coconut. What is what is that? It's cool, right?
Corned beef hash browns.
Ooh, there's a can of apple butter. Fancy. The movie projector room. Showtime aboard North Carolina. Movies were shown on the mess decks when the ship was not in a combat zone. This cage houses the motion picture projector. The screen is at the opposite end of the compartment. Movies were also shown on the fantail when North Carolina was in port or at anchor. Ships swapped movies whenever they replenished fuel and supplies. That is really cool. It's the movie theater room. Lots of racks. Yeah, I think because some of the racks are broken. Sleeping aboard the ship. The crew helps answer your questions. Who slept here? Standing compartment B214L contained berths and racks for 6th Division. This was 146 men served in that division. They were part of the gunnery department. What was it like to sleep here? Hot. Did people ever sleep somewhere else? Some men found other places to sleep. Some tried to sleep outside on the upper decks. Others slept in their workstations. What came with a berth? Beds came with a mattress cover, and a fireproof cover. The Navy issued men 2 blankets and 2 sheets. You were expected to change your sheets weekly. You had to purchase your own pillow. Some men folded their blanket and used it as a pillow. Their closets. The small aluminum lockers served as closets. Each locker had a number that corresponds to the number on your berth. Locker contents: uniforms, sheet, underwear, toiletries, shoes, personal items like books, Bible, stationery, candy, souvenirs. No civilian clothes, no cameras, no diaries. If you had one, you found a very safe place for it. Diaries were forbidden for security reasons. So they also, like, your mail you couldn't tell your family where you were, what you were doing for security. You didn't want the enemy. So this is one of the 6 enlisted heads or bathrooms on the ship. It was extremely crowded. 200 men used this bathroom, not at the same time, obviously. There was no privacy. Showers and sinks had fresh water. Urinals and toilets had salt water.
Just don't drink out the toilet.
Average water usage: flushing a toilet 4 to 6 gallons, shower 5 to 15 gallons per minute, running faucet 2 to 5 gallons per minute. So I tell you to turn the water off. Shower shoes.
Oh my goodness.
This is the bathroom.
Okay, ready to go in? See what it was like? Lines could be very long for a short few minutes at the shower. All right, sinks. Those are your toilets. That's your toilet paper.
Kind of looks like a space toilet.
It's more like a porta-john toilet.
A mix between a space toilet and a toilet. Shower.
Yeah, that's where you'd pee because men get to stand up. You shower. Huh, privacy. You lost that when you joined the Navy. Save fresh water. Get wet, turn off the water. Get soaped, rinse. Incinerator. Just as the garbage was required to be taken to the grinder, all burnable trash was brought here.
Very cool.
It was hot to work in there because someone would have to be in there throwing stuff in, shoveling it. Once burned, the ashes were placed in buckets and water was added to extinguish all sparks. The buckets were then taken to the fantail and dumped into the ship's wake, leaving no trail the enemy could follow. It was a real hot job. So, battleship needed general illumination under the darkened ship conditions. The ship's designers in the 1930s called for blue globes. You see the word blue on the lights. In 1942, the U.S. Navy issued a change order. A shield and red lens was designed to cut off all direct rays and provide only reflected light. which was known to have minimum visibility at a distance, but that design proved inadequate for normal ship operations.
This one says blue.
The ones that are white are for today. Smells like shoe polish. I'm coming. Got the central tool issue. Focus on, there we go. Hold on.
The middle one is the auto fire. You just squeeze it. The other one is the hand fire. That means when you squeeze it, it's going to fire. So you squeeze it and let go. Now the reason you squeeze that and keep it is that as soon as the firing circuit is closed, the gun will fire. But remember, we're on.
Don't touch. How long does it take for you to process information?
It's in the middle of it.
How did they build these people? Oh, hey.
Yep, go ahead. Secondary battery plotting room. Secondary battery switchboard. Stop. This was the compartment for one of the 4 electrical distribution centers on board the ship. And up the steep stairs. Yep, we're on the other side. Ooh. Searchlight. Yep, more racks. You gotta always be aware. You could, hang on, Bells. Look, you can come over here. Counter flooding. Flooding would cause the ship to list, like when we were in Sitka, or trim in one direction so that the ship could become unstable and sink. The damage control crew used a technique called counter flooding to keep the ship from sinking. Like, fully laid out. Found turret number 2. This entrance was cut for your convenience. It is not original to the battleship.
That's right.
Whoa.
Oh, I bet they are. One of the turrets.
Yeah, they're not. They're really big bullets. Don't stand on that.
And then there was probably a chart.
Yep.
There's a counter chart. Oh, okay.
That's the powder handling room. That's true.
That's where they kept all the charges.
Each of these tanks held 3 bags of gunpowder.
Oh, that's the wrench. That's the handle. Yeah. They put it in here and then would.
Look how big it is.
So are you.
dropping.
Watch out, there's a step up, Christian.
Everybody did their part.
Strike down is the process of transferring ammunition from the main deck down to storage.
They probably used the intuition well that we saw.
Go ahead. Go ahead. There's the powder handling room. No.
Is it a statue?
Yes, it's a mannequin.
What are those?
Plastic display people.
There are a lot of those on this ship.
No.
Are there any kids on this boat?
No. Yeah, this is officer dining.
Cheese. Apple.
This galley cooks. In this galley, cooks in the steward branch prepared meals for the 122 to 144 officers. Their large mess was above the main deck. So, food was sent in a dumbwaiter, a little elevator, to the wardroom pantry above where it went final preparations and was served to the officers.
Have you ever had one
Not in real life. What's cooking? Breakfast, tomato juice, dinner, hamburger steaks. That's what they called lunch. Like there was dinner and supper. Tomato rice soup, breaded pork chops. Ooh, one day there was chilled pineapple. Got medical stores. It's where they kept all the band-aids and medicine and stuff.
This where a dentist was?
Yep. Dentist office. They had 3 dentists. This is where they do x-rays.
Let me see.
Sick bay. Doctor's office, dentist office, x-rays, treatment room, surgical dressing room, lab, pharmacy. 4 doctors, 3 dentists, 1 pharmacist. Surgery most likely. It's where they'd or the operating room's in there and they'd wash your hands beforehand. Sterilizer room to clean instruments. All right, hold on. See the diving helmets and the diving suits. 89 Laboratory for the doctor's stuff. Dispensary was the ship's drugstore. It's where you'd get your medicine. Well, that's a lot of bottles in there. Yeah, doctor's office. That, my dear child, is the isolation ward, where patients who had contagious diseases like chickenpox, cholera, dysentery, leprosy, malaria, measles, meningitis, polio, scarlet fever, smallpox, tuberculosis, yellow fever, they'd go there so they wouldn't get everybody else sick. So like during COVID.
They go somewhere.
Yeah. There's the operating room.
Oh.
So the sick ward served as the hospital. Patients admitted to the sick bay stayed here to recover. There are 30 berths and 1 surgical bed. Continue to the warrant officer's mess, officers' staterooms, admiral's flag office. Let's do it. Photography lab. Go. Officers' country. This is the boatswain's storeroom. So here's the pantry. Warrant officers' mess, because there weren't a lot of warrant officers. No. What's up? Rules for officer country. Smoking by members of the crew is not permitted in the passageways. Officers will not use their staterooms or conference rooms, nor as conference rooms, nor for interviewing large numbers of people. Officers' stateroom. So this is where officers, they'd get their own fancier room. They wouldn't have to sleep in a room with 100 other people. They'd get their own wall locker.
Ooh, look at here.
This is from the Marine Detachment.
Ooh, what's that hanging bed?
That's a top bunk, right?
Yeah. What's this way?
Chinese. Office battleships and other large ships with equipped with a host. 2 hosts, an admiral and his staff. I said that upstairs and I said it wrong both times. But this is where they would work. The officer assignment. Okay. This is the supply office. Gunnery office. Yeah, and then we gotta go. This is the last of the below decks. Hang on, we've seen all that stuff. Yeah, okay. All right, up. This is the clipping room. 1 clipping room, captain and 4 ammunition handlers manned this compartment. They supplied 20 millimeter gun crews with 20 millimeter magazines from this room. And they brought the empty ones back to reload them. I'm looking at the officer's stateroom over here. Yep, 1 more room. And then there are restrooms on the actual ship.
Sorry.
Check. Was the ship's armory? It was only a small arms locker on board the ship. Next to the battleship, we have this walkway where no weapons, no animals, don't feed the wildlife, don't leave children unattended, don't come on when the gates are closed. It's a nice walkway, nice view of the ship. And if you just want to see the ship and not go on the ship, this is a cool way to do it. So, children, let's do we are done on the battleship. Let me start out by saying that there are a lot of stairs.
Yes.
There are knee knockers. If you're unfamiliar with ships, that is, you have to lift up your feet to walk through doorways, sometimes fairly high. There is a lot of stairs, a lot of walking if you want there to be a lot of walking. If you cannot do stairs, it might not be worth it for you. I will include the pricing, but there are military discounts. Yes, children 5 and under are free, but I will include the pricing. So I was able to get a military ticket, and with both kids, and then I donated $2 to go towards the restoration of, the keeping the ship going. It was $25 total, so not bad at all. Crabella. Hang on, we're coming up to something about the Coast Guard here. So, the United States Coast Guard, they are always ready, apparently. I'm not going to try the, Semper Paratus, maybe? So, they have a sector in North Carolina because, coast, right?
Yes.
Air Station Elizabeth City was established in 1940. Interesting. The Coast Guard is, guard the coast. But they also help in search and rescue at sea, and stuff for keeping people safe or rescued, or evacuations from cruise ships if there's medical necessity. Did you have fun?
Yes.
Did you enjoy walking around the ship?
Yes.
What was your favorite part besides cousins?
The lower parts, because it wasn't that hot.
It wasn't that hot. Okay, good choice. Christian, did you enjoy the battleship?
Yes. It was very cool. I recommend it.
Yeah, you brought your camera, took your own pictures.
Yeah. What is that?
A
You'll
bee
get
or
to see
something?
them.
So I obviously enjoyed it. I am a history nerd. I'm a World War II history nerd. So I enjoyed this. Got the most out of it. Like I said, we were on the ship for 2.5 hours. I probably could have been on there longer reading. Look, okay, so now you can see the highest point we were. So see the girl in the pink shirt and the guy in the blue shirt? That's the highest we were on the ship. And now we find ourselves at the United States Air Force. Fly, fight, win, man. Fly, fight, win. In case you didn't know, I was in the Air Force.
You should be sitting right here.
And Daddy is in the Air Force. The Air Force obviously did not exist as its own branch during World War II, but was part of the Army as the Army Air Corps, and then became its own branch in 1947.
On a tree.
Yes, a branch on a tree. The walkway is really nice and peaceful. We've only had one other group of people over here. Coming up on the Navy. In the Navy. That's who would sail this ship. Always strong.
Navy.
Yep.
Navy.
The Navy.
I've been in the Navy.
You're in the Navy? You're 18?
Yes.
Man, you grew up fast. No, that's a Marine. The Marines. Semper Fi. Once a Marine, always a Marine. I know quite a few Marines, actually. I know people in every branch, so including the Space Force. Last but not least, we have the Army.
I have moved over to the Army.
Oh, you just keep switching branches here. So we stopped on the walkway to eat a picnic that we brought with us. Inside, there are vending machines. There's drink machines on board the Battleship, and then kind of like snacky ones in the gift shop. That you can bring your own food though and have a picnic. But there's no restaurant. According to their website, sometimes there might be food trucks, but that's probably a weekend thing, like I said. Okay. My camera literally stopped working in the middle of a sentence. It is a Tuesday currently. It is July 9th, I believe so. That sounds right. We are gonna make our way back towards the car for our 2.5-hour drive back home. Like I said, I don't know if I mentioned this is in Wilmington, North Carolina, the Battleship North Carolina. We came up. Cousins and Uncle Chuck and Aunt Kayla came from a side trip from their vacation, and we just drove up for the day to see them and to see this and to soak up some history and some sweat. No, wait, we sweated the sweat. We didn't soak up the sweat. I really enjoyed coming. Christian, did you really enjoy coming?
Yes, I did.
Bella, did you enjoy it?
Yeah.
Biggest takeaways, the price is not bad. If it is summertime, it is gonna be hot outside and there is no air conditioning inside. It's gonna be warm, but not bad, and you are out of the sun. There are a lot of steps, but outside of that, those are really the only downsides, is that it's North Carolina and in the summertime it's hot. There's a lot of stairs.
And even I, who don't like stairs, enjoyed the stairs. And mine
Yeah.
was how steep they were, because I thought maybe I could fall.
Yeah, it was a fun morning and into the afternoon. Definitely worth it. The sign going into the building that's on shore where you buy your tickets and everything says to allow at least 2 hours. Like I said, we were on there for 2.5 hours. Could have been on there longer if we, read more words and stuff, but there were a lot of people on there for a Tuesday. So I don't know how, yes.
Oh, really fast. If you wonder why I don't like stairs, you go watch our Chimney Rock.
Oh yeah, Chimney Rock was a lot of stairs.
A lot of stairs.
Yes, but
It kind of doesn't feel good.
no. None of these sets of stairs are for very long. It's literally one flight of stairs at a time. But yeah, I really enjoyed myself. I don't know how long this video is. I took 10 gigs of content today. So whatever that ends up being, I don't know. But I hope that you enjoyed this. I will probably do some more information about the ship itself, when it was built and such, if I end up having to do voiceover for any of the inside stuff. But if you have made it this far in the video,
Thank you for watching my stuff.
thank you for watching, and we will see you next time. In the kind of lobby area, there's stuff about other ships named North Carolina, like this ship of the line, North Carolina, that was launched in 1821. And this is part of a 120-piece silver set from the Armored Cruiser North Carolina.
Sword
Yes, this is 1800s stuff.
with sword. Knife.
well, this says in 1942, the officer sword headed to the scrap pile. The war effort needed the metal. It was predicted that the sword was gone for good.
Ooh. Another sword.
Yes. Officers carried swords. It's a lot of lifeboats though. This is the armored cruiser USS North Carolina. And it was launched in 1906, but it was commissioned into the Navy in 1908. It was renamed the Charlotte in 1920 and decommissioned in 1921. And because we are, in fact, in the South, this is the Confederate ironclad CSS North Carolina from the Civil War. That's where we are, apparently. And it moored down there. But this is what a Confederate ironclad would look like.
Inside.
Yes, it sunk in September of 1864.
And look.
Over here we have a water pitcher, part of the set over there, from the USS North Carolina, nuclear powered fast attack submarine. It is the 4th U.S. Navy ship to bear the state's name and the 4th in the Virginia class. She was commissioned in Wilmington, North Carolina, 2008. Her current home port is Pearl Harbor, Hawaii.